Low-income families are eligible for telecommunications assistance. It's called the Lifeline program. This makes it possible for people to get discounts, a monthly phone discount or a discounted broadband service to make it easier to connect. We call this project the TLC for Kids, Teach, Learn, and Connect for Kids. And part of that initiative is to make sure that families know that there are benefits out there that they're eligible for, and Lifeline is one of them. It's underutilized in the state of Wisconsin, so we're going to spend a couple minutes talking about it. You can have a discount on a mobile phone or home connection. You can have an internet connection that has a discount either at home or again on your phone. Or if you're someone that bundles your services, think of Lifeline as a way to bring that cost down for, again, at home or on your mobile device. Lifeline is something that's really appropriate for families trying to connect to care and services and people and doctors. And that's why it's part of our TLC for Kids project. But the goals of the Lifeline program itself match that mission statement. Lifeline is designed for affordable communications, especially for the lowest income consumers out there, knowing that low-income consumers need a little help affording modern conveniences, but not just convenience, modern essentials, connecting to schools, employment, education, doctors, services. Think of families that have children with special health care needs that need to stay in more regular contact with regular appointments, emergency services, or even service providers. Having telecommunications assistance available makes that easier for those families. Who's eligible? Think of it in terms of eligibility of the federal poverty level. If you're under 135% of the federal poverty level, you financially are eligible for the Lifeline program. If you are enrolled in a program such as Badger Care Plus, Medicaid, Food Share, SSI, you are also eligible for the Lifeline program. Let's talk about a couple reminders of household size. This is a benefit that is for one household, one benefit. That's the rule. If you have multiple people living in a household, you need to determine if you're eligible for multiple benefits per household, and here's the rule. A household is a group of people who live together and share expenses, even if they're not related. Luckily, the FCC puts a worksheet out that makes it easier to determine who's in the household and therefore how many benefits are allowed per household. So if you live as a mother and a child living together, sharing income and expenses, that's one benefit for that household. If you're four roommates living together, you're not sharing expenses, you're not sharing income, that's 4 benefits for that address. So 4 households at that address. So the shared expenses and the shared income question is going to be critical for determining how many benefits of Lifeline are to be applied to that address. So when you apply, you're going to fill out an application form. It's quite short. We link to it in the description below. You're going to answer a couple questions about yourself. You're going to answer some questions about household, and then you're going to take that application with you to your phone or internet service provider to then get the wheels turning to get that discount applied to your services. We do put links in the description below for some service providers near you so you can see where you're going to take that application form. Make sure you take that household worksheet with you as well, especially if you have multiple people living at that same address. That will help determine how many benefits will go to that household. In the links below, we share some links to the consumer forms that we talk about, that application form, that household worksheet, and a recertification form. You do have to reapply for Lifeline each year. You also have to report changes, and there are instructions on the FCC's website. We link to that below as well of how quickly you need to report a change should something in your household look different. Income, expense sharing, number of people living there, FPL, if any of that changes, you're going to need to report that. We want to make sure that people who are categorically eligible for the service are connecting to it, but also that people aren't wrongfully connecting to the service because there are penalties for not doing that correctly. Let's talk very briefly about troubleshooting. Like we said, this is one service per household. Make sure you're clear on what your household looks like. Make sure that you do fill out an annual renewal. It isn't just a sign up once and get it in perpetuity. You will have to reevaluate each year. And finally, there are enhanced benefits for tribal members, and we have a separate video going into that benefit and what that looks like. If you have questions about the Lifeline program and how it might apply to your family, you can certainly give us a call or send us an email. You can find more about Lifeline at healthwatchwisconsin.org.